What's up with y'all? What it do, man? What's good? It's your boy Jay, and we back with another one, man. So without further ado, we're gonna slide right into this video after y'all leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Go ahead, I'll wait. You done? All right, man. Let's slide to this thing. So today we're gonna be talking about the dark side of playing in the National Football League. And there are multiple dark sides to this, glamorous, amazing league that we have, right? There are multiple dark sides, but we're just gonna focus on about 3 to 4, this video. Just, so it's not a billion-hour video, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, we're just gonna slide right into this thing. And, the number one thing that I'm sure is on everybody's brain right now, and the thing that everybody knows, right, is injuries. Everyone knows to play in the National Football League, you have to be hurt. It just is what it is. You have to play hurt. If you don't play hurt, that's like a big deal, Like it's really rare that from week one, forget week one, scratch that. From training camp to the end of your team season, whether that is week 18 or the Super Bowl, you're gonna get hurt, bro. You're gonna be playing hurt, whether if it's just your finger, just your arm, whatever the case is. But to most people, it's not just a knick-knack injury, like, oh, well, whatever, I'm okay. No, most people have to miss time and time and time. And for some, it's career ending, right? And a lot of people don't understand career ending, meaning the one thing, in this life that they chased for, the one thing in this life that they went out and said, hey, whenever I was 5 years old, 6 years old, whatever, and said, I'm gonna do this. It got taken from them just because of a play, just because they're trying to provide for their family or whatever the case is, right? And, a lot of times this leads to, disability, right? It leads to hip replacements, knee replacements, ankle problems, arthritis. Multiple things, concussions, head trauma. The list goes on and on and on. Shoot, the NFL just settled a lawsuit with retired, or former players, right, of their association because of how much neglectance was getting done to the head trauma, stuff that was going on with these guys. And yeah, a lot of these people wanted to get jobs outside of the NFL or wanted to invest this life-changing money, but let's just be honest, they had too much CTE going on upstairs, And so it just sucks that has to come with our league. Because I played football, from the time I was 7 to the time I was 18. Well, time I was 17, right? You know what I'm saying? And I can tell you one thing. I got hurt a few times. I dislocated this shoulder. You feel me? I messed up this AC joint. Pulled a hammy. I tore my quad. Bro, stuff happens. Well, that was when I was running track. But still, regardless, what I'm saying here is just that you're going to get hurt. And it's inevitable. And if you really love this game, you don't care. But, you don't care about the knickknacks. You feel me? But whenever it comes to these, ACL tears or, whatever replacements, this type of stuff, that's not cool, bro. It's just not. Broken legs, stuff like that. That's not cool. Sometimes you can never play again. Shoot, we thought Alex Smith was never going to play a down again in this league. Now, by the grace of God, he did, right? But he wasn't the same Alex Smith again. You know what I'm saying? And he had to relearn how to walk. That's not cool, bro. It's just not. Now, obviously, with all these injuries is going to come what? Substance abuse. That's what normally happens whenever you have people, a lot of people who, I don't want to say that, but, just a lot of people who really probably aren't, the best in society. You catch my drift? Because let's just be honest, football players are normally, a little more not angry at the world, but you feel me though, right? They have to walk with anger on that field. They have to play with passion. You know what I'm saying? There we go. That's a better word. Not anger, but they're passionate human beings, right? And so whenever you get a passionate person, they're going to want to eliminate this pain that they have, right, in a passionate way. So what they do is they get this, they get on these opioids or whatever, right? And then that is what, sadly leads to their demise, because there has been multiple studies that have shown that most players who take opioids or, any type of substance, like right post retirement, they're still on that same thing 9 years later after retirement. You know what I'm saying? Now, some could be just, actually hurting and actually in pain. So I don't want to sit here and say everyone who has been on it for, a decade or almost a decade, post retirement has, a substance problem. I don't want to say that at all. But if we're being honest, that kind of, sounds like it. It sounds like you're on the verge if you've been on this one thing for that long. You feel me? I don't know. But, nonetheless, and a lot of that comes with, depression. They just retired from the greatest game ever created, right? You know what I'm saying? The greatest job ever, for being real. Second to this, once, where, this is an amazing job. You feel me? If you, really start making that good bank off of it. But that's beside the point. Is I ain't gonna get hurt behind this camera. You feel me? Them boys is, right, getting hurt. But that's besides the point. Though, so they're depressed, they have other mental illnesses where, they're running to these substances for help, you know what I'm saying? Because they were just Superman for however long they were in the league. So now they have to come and be a regular human, so it's kind of difficult. So sometimes that you do need something to help, slide into, life again, right? Post football life. But, it's just kind of hard, and it's hard to slide off with, using a substance, and then, as you're going back into normal life, ease off of the substance. That's also a hard thing to do there. And it's just sad because multiple guys, have to deal with this type of stuff, right? I mean, even if we're not even just talking about post-retirement now, right? And just guys in the league or, going to the league, right? And Alton Voss, I don't know how many of y'all know him or know that name, but you guys should do your research on Alton Voss. He was a dog high school player. He was actually decent, college, obviously, but he was a decent going, that summer going into college, right? That's what I should say, and he'll say it, it's clear as day. He's admitted to it. That's how we know the story, right? That he had substance abuse, that he was, battling stuff with, some of the stuff that he was going through at home and stuff, played a part in it. But nonetheless, is that, he, was on this substance that, football did encourage. You know what I'm saying? And since, it's that is the case, it's just kind of sad, you're in front of all these cameras and stuff. You have to stay ready all the time. Sometimes you're tired. And sometimes people have to take something to, boost them up and stuff. And it's just sad to see, man, whenever you really don't, bro. Just say, hey, I need a break. But I don't really know what to call this one per se. I call it post being him, syndrome, post being that dude, post being Superman, post, whatever the case is, right? Just, retirement. You know what I'm saying? This part in particular, retirement from the National Football League, right? And this is a lot of the stuff that people don't, check for or on, or, you were just Superman for, however long. Some people, 5 years, some people 10, some people 14, 11, 8, 4, 3, whatever the case you are, right? Some people 20, 22, you know what I'm saying, right? But what I'm saying is, whatever that case is, however long you were just being Superman for and getting this life-changing money, you know what I'm saying? You were just doing that. You just changed the lives of everyone that you loved. You know what I'm saying? Because of what you just did. Now, you have to let that go, and you have to detach yourself from that and slide back into your regular life. Dude, that's hard. Let's just be honest, bro. Let's have a little bit of sympathy. I mean, these guys have been told your future is bright. You're him. You're Superman. You're gonna make this program something. You are the next big thing. Since they were 14 years old, 15, whatever, college is recruiting them. Nowadays they're getting NIL bread. You feel me? So they're like, hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be him, and here's a milli. Here's 500K, whatever the case is, right? To come play with us, this because you have a sponsor, and you're gonna have a sponsor the next 4 years if you come play with us at some local chicken place or some stuff. You know what I'm trying to say here? And it's just like you just did all of that, and you've been told that for more than likely most of your life. You know what I'm saying? Most people, well, not most, but a lot of people do retire once you have a decent career in the National Football League. Most people would like to retire around at like 29 to like 35. In between that range is whenever people retire most of the time, right? On their own will, not no team picked them up or injuries, stuff like that, right? But it's just it's really like understanding that these guys end up being depressed, end up having mental issues or mental problems and whatnot, because bro, you're expecting Superman to never put his cape back on again, even though he probably doesn't have it anymore. Let's be honest, he probably can't go save people anymore, but in his brain he feels like he can, because he's better than this guy on the street, better than that guy, more athletic than this guy, can still outrun this 22-year-old. You feel me? Blah, 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 right? This 19-year-old, he can still outrun, blah, 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 right? And, since that's the case, it's kind of hard to tell someone like that to put your cape up forever. You're like, what do you mean put my cape up forever? I just, scored, I had 500 yards in 2 games, right? And in a matter of 2 games in total, I had 500 yards. At receiver or at running back. What do you mean? Or I just had, 33 tackles in a matter of 2 games. What do you mean? I can't never put my cape back on, I can never put my pad back on, put a helmet back on? Huh? I can never be athletic again? I can never make millions playing the sport that I love again? Bro, that's hard. You know what I'm saying? After you were just, you just had all of this, amazing stuff with you, And now it's just all been ripped from you, all because you decided to say, I retired, because you just don't have it like that. Your father time caught up. And it's just sad. And then, most people, whenever they're retiring, or, that post being him syndrome, you're post being him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you are no longer him. So you have to deal with, your body and your mortality deteriorating. Right? Because that's the only reason why you're not still him in the league, because you're not who you once were. You're getting older and stuff in your body starting to slow down, right? Let's just call a spade there. And it's just sad, man. It's just sad that people have to run to these drugs because of that, you know what I'm saying? Or, people are, they have that post being him syndrome, and they have to get a hip replacement, so it's like a double whammy. It's like, man, that stuff just sucks. Then the last thing I wanted to touch on is just that these guys get zero privacy from, if you were a decent guy in college, from then to more than likely, you're like in your 50s, unless you were just one of the dogs, like Deion Sanders still doesn't get privacy. Jerry Rice still doesn't get privacy. Michael Irvin still doesn't get privacy. Marshall Faulk still doesn't get privacy. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be real, right? But who's so much? Calvin Johnson still doesn't get privacy, right? But then that's people who are retired. You feel me? What about active guys? Like you feel me? Like, do you think Patrick Mahomes could go take his wife on a date somewhere and not be harassed or on camera? No, he can't. He can't just go to the store real quick, come back. He can't leave the house in some house clothes and some house shoes. Okay, he about to be all over TMZ. He can't, do this or he can't go out and have fun with his homeboys at a bar. No, because you're going to have some blog, somebody writing about him, some YouTube video saying, oh, what is Patrick doing? Blase. Patrick Mahomes this, Patrick Mahomes that. That's why he has that type of body now. Blah, blah, blah. Like, bro, relax on him. But not even just him. Let's let these guys live their life. I get it. I'm in love with football too, bro. And the players that play, give me joy, right? Watching people dominating football gives me immense amount of joy, right? And the fact that we can't let them, like, this offseason stuff, bro, this offseason stuff, like, people, like your favorite player, your favorite receiver, running back, quarterback, tight end, whatever the case is, they might be up for, you know, a contract extension, and they're in a city where another team plays at or something, right? And you're like, oh, no, you can't go there. No, don't sign there. What are you doing? You have to stay in Detroit forever. You have to stay in Miami, blah, blah, blah. Like, bro, what if the man likes the mountains? What if he wants to go to Minnesota because he likes the cold? What if he wants to go up in Virginia because he likes the cold? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all. I don't know, man. I don't know. And it's just crazy how they get zero privacy. Anyway, with all that being said, man, I appreciate you guys for watching, listening, whatever you're doing right nizzity now. And I appreciate the support, man. I appreciate you clicking. I hope you guys left a like earlier, but if not, go ahead, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, man. Go ahead, comment. Just comment, just even if it's a letter, like I. Word, like, comment, like, and then go ahead and subscribe, man. We approaching a honey, you know what I'm saying? A honey bun. So let's just grab that thing. We out, man. It's all love as always.